Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. My name is Peter Bewa. Thanks for joining my platform. This is one of the powerful study abroad content and platform. This page I used to empower young people. I used to educate. I used to inspire the people to believe in their dreams that irrespective of your situation, you can still become relevant. This year it is my role to help thousands of people in Africa and the whole world to achieve their greatness and also share certain quality testimonies on my page. I love to talk, I love to empower, I love to speak, I love to re engineer the mindset of people to believe that their dreams are still valid. Today, I'll be teaching people how to get to know or to write CV and also how to write statement of purpose. I know it has become one of the problems that many people are facing, and I think that it is time for us to talk about these relevant documents. So what I want you to know is that if you come online, I just want you to share it as many as you can so that people can able to join this platform. In fact, I am not immigration officer. I am not educational consultant. What I do is that I share my story, I share my knowledge to empower young people to believe in their dreams. Now today I'll be focusing on CV writing. What is CV and what is the difference? Nowadays, what I do is that when I come online, I teach people practicals. I'm not here to just to talk, go and bring CV. No, I want to show you how to go about things. And I think that will really help you a lot. I hope you get it. Than to say, go and bring your CV once you don't understand it. So this page, I'm coming to teach you the practical aspect of school application. So I'm not just talking about school, but I'm teaching you some of the ways that you can able to use to navigate through this process. So today I want to talk about CV writing. And before we go on CV writing, I want to show you I want to show you the things that should come on your CV and the thing that should not come on your CV. And I know you are going to learn a lot and you're going to enjoy this section. If you're watching on Facebook, you can share this live video. TikTok, I'll be live on my TikTok page as well. If you're on YouTube, I just want you to see your comment and then you share it as many as you can for people to also join this section. I believe it is going to be a transformative section where people can able to learn a lot. My name is Peter Bewa, and if you are watching me, if today is your first time watching me, I love you all too. Okay, so now let me dive into it. Now I want to use my laptop. Okay, if you are watching me, you can share this live video. I hope you can see my screen. Okay, let me do it like this. Okay, I hope people can see my screen now. Yeah. So you can share this live video for other people to join. And this is what we want to do here as a group of people. Okay. So now how to write CV. Before we go on, I want to show you the framework of CV. Okay. So this is my laptop. And I want you to follow what I'm going to teach you here. So we'll first talk about resume, resume, and CV. So and CV. So I don't know if you can see my screen. Can you see it very well, or I should make it bold? Is it okay now? Can people see the screen? Let me know if you're watching me on the comment section. I can see Otnil here. I can see Steven TV. I can see George. Thank you very much for joining me. Let me know where you're watching me from whilst you're commenting and the thing that you are looking for today's section. It is a practical section. So today you're going to learn it practically, not just to talk about theoretical perspective of school application. If you can see it, let me know from the comment section if you can see the screen very well. Um, and then we will start engaging our people back home. So before I'll go on, let's see something here. Let's learn something from Google and see difference. So difference between CV and resume. Let me say academic. Let me bring academic so that it will be more professional. So if you're watching me, I want to make it practical for people to know, okay? So based on what Google is telling us, he said the CV present a full history of your academic accomplishment, whilst resume present a concise summary of your qualification. Now, some people are giving different perspective, but let's see something. Is it the same thing? So if the school is telling you to bring a CV, is it the same thing? Unlike resume, which concentrate on communicating your most relevant work experience and education history, a CV is longer, more details, and can include personal information relevant to academics, research position, and this is according to HR Digest. Over 100 people are watching me right now. Share it. Share it. I want you to share it so that thousands of people will join the page. This is a practical section with Peter Belwa, and I am here to empower you and I'm here to let you know certain things. So now, this is a grad school. This is the CV that we are going to talk about. He said, for the graduate admission, so if you want to apply for master's or PhD, it is it is generally recommended to submit a CV without than a resume. Here the length and the details. A CV provides a comprehensive overview of your academic background, including education, research, publication, presentation, and relevant skills. Let's go on. Some people are sharing their knowledge on CV writing because some people don't really understand the difference between a resume and a CV, which I think that we need to focus more on it. Now let's go on the last one and let's see. He said in United States and America. So I mostly talk about, I am in Canada, so I talk about US and, Canada. I deal with the North American process. If you are not sure of the kind of, so in resume can be interchangeably, which really makes sense to some people. So I'll go for, should a CV be 2 pages? Let's see something. Ideally, CV should no be longer than 2 pages. It is struggling to fill 1 page of information, even after including the section. So basically, this is what Google is telling us. But I'll go for the first one that we talk about. This one. Okay. So now we will need to know the difference between a resume and a CV. So let's go here. So difference between a resume and a CV. A CV can be more than 2 pages. So CV can be more than 2 pages. If you're watching me, if you can share this live video, I really appreciate. So CV can be more than 2 pages, whilst resume should be, let's say should be at least 2 pages, right? So there's a difference between these teams, basically, where people try to understand the key things about resume writing and CV writing. Okay, so based on the knowledge I've acquired, I will tell you that if the school is telling you to bring a resume, make it 2 pages, or CV can be 2 pages, but it can be more than that, right? And this one is a detailed, right? This one is detailed CV. So another point is that CV is more detailed. So CV basically is more detailed. It's more detailed. Okay, more detailed. When we talk about CV, it is more detailed than resume. Than resume, right? According to research, resume simply talk about more of your work experience. That is what I know for the resume. But the CV talk about more accomplishment. should be at most. Okay, resume should be, okay, thank you. Should be at most 2 pages. Thank you. At most 2 pages. Resume should be at most 2 pages. Right? Now, CV is more detailed. CV is more details than resume. Now, let's go about the don'ts. The don'ts. Let's say, is it don't or what should not come on your CV? What should not come on your CV? Or what are the things that, okay, let me make it. What are the things that should not, what are the things that should not come on your CV? I want you to share this live video as many as you can, right? So one, what should not come on your CV? Let's deal with what are the, sorry, what are the things? Okay, sorry. What are the things? And your ben and yes about CV. So what are the things that should not come on your CV? Basically, I want to use, simple English. So don't worry about the frame and everything, right? So number one, what should not come on your CV is your age. So this is one of the key things that people don't know. Your age should not be on your CV or your resume, right? Also, picture. And people add their picture on their CV. If you are dealing with academic CV, if you want to apply for PhD or masters abroad, don't bring your CV on it. Mostly in US and Canada. Don't bring your picture on your CV. Delete it. Number three that I will talk about is date of birth. Your date of birth. No one really cares about your age or maybe your date of birth. And so what? People don't care about it. So your age, your picture, date of birth should not come on your CV. These are the things that should not come on your CV. If you know that your CV contains this one, go and adjust to your CV. Number four, the thing that should not come on your CV is your sex. Whether you are a male or female, nobody cares. So that's what shouldn't come on your CV. Number three or number six that should not come on your CV is something we call religion. Religion such as I am Pentecost, Islamic, no one cares about um, whether you go to Pentecost, whether you go to Catholic, nobody cares. Don't bring this on your academic CV. Okay, somebody just shared a story here. He said, bro, I have won scholarship because I need your assistance. Through your education, I have won scholarship. People are sharing their testimony. Jamils, congratulations that my videos has helped you to win a scholarship. I've been telling people that this year we are going to share thousands of scholarships, and most of the people are going to get opportunities. And you can see that even whilst Peter Boy is online, people are still sharing their testimonies. Some people are grateful. When you help them, they will remind that, oh, Peter Boy helped me through your video. They will send you an email for you to see the impact that you are making. Some people will not tell you, which is fine, because no one is here to help people for them to appreciate them. But it is wise. It will be a wise, or it will be nice when somebody help you to give gratefulness to the person. It make you a matured man. It give you wisdom. It is wisdom to appreciate people who have helped you. That somebody help you to win a scholarship or a visa. You couldn't tell the person that, oh, Charlie, I've won. It is not wisdom, right? So that is it. Somebody just share a scholarship here right now. I am on my live video. Congratulations for winning a scholarship through my videos. Uh, um, Religion. We can also talk about relationship. Relationship. So the relationship is talking about whether you are married. Nobody cares whether you are married, you are single, you're a broken-hearted person. No one cares. Obi answer and found. No one cares. Um, the second thing is what we call the second thing that you might need that shouldn't come on your CV. Basically, can be something we call. So I've talked about age, maybe nickname. Nickname. Some people normally add their nickname to their, to their post, which really doesn't. It's not good for you to do that. Okay. You shouldn't also add, your hometown. Well, you can add your address, which I'll talk about, and also hobby. You know, hobby is one of the things that, okay, so maybe marital status. Thank you very much for contributing that. Allow people who really want to add value to marital status. Thank you very much. Your hobby. Mhm. So basically, this should not come on your CV. Now, things that should come on your CV. What are some of the things that should come on your? So here, you can choose not to add your recommenders or referees. Referees. I will explain that one. Referees or recommenders. Recommenders. You shouldn't be adding that one to it, which I think, it doesn't necessarily matter. I would talk about the recommenders. I'll talk about the recommenders and the reason why you shouldn't add that one. So things things that should come on your CV. The new Ben is about CV. So Peter, number one, what are the things that should come on your CV? What are the things that should come on your CV? Which is very important. So number one is your name, which you know your name. Number two, address. Number three, you can add what we call your email, your number, your number, and if you have a LinkedIn page, okay, LinkedIn or professional website. So if you have these things, you can bring it on your resume when you are starting the document, which really matter. So those people who are looking for these things should also get to know all these stuff, right? Now, with regards to after you are done with these basically things, what should come first or second is education. Okay, education. Number three, you can bring your research experience, research and teaching experience. Let's say that research and teaching experience. Experience. Number four, you can add something we call awards. Okay, awards and awards and let's say accomplishments or Awards and achievement. Sorry, you make achievement. You can talk about your work experience. In work experience, you shouldn't focus more on work experience because work experience, you're not coming here to work, right? So the most important thing is that you can state only one or two work experience, which makes sense. Don't spend my time on your work experience because what they are looking for is your research abilities and your teaching experience. Especially in US and Canada, they give scholarship based on teaching assistant and research assistant. So on your resume, this should be one of the key things that should come on your resume. And I've been emphasizing on this one since I started school application because this is one of the most important thing in the resume. And I believe that more of the things should focus on these two things, the research and the teaching experience, which is one of the key things. Because in the US and Canada, they give the scholarship based on the fact that you have research abilities and teaching experience. And I believe you should focus more on that. You can also talk about something we call internship, okay? Internship. If you have done, if you have done this one before, we call it what? Is it practicals or practicals? Practicals. You can add this one. You can also talk about leadership and volunteerism. Volunteering. You can also talk about, you know, skills. And the skills is talk about what? Focus on hard skills, hard and soft skills, okay? Hard and soft skills. You can also talk about something we called, sometimes you can bring language is not really important, but I would say, well, if you can add it, it's fine. Now, let me, for the purpose of our studies, let me bring one CV as an example. Let me bring one CV as an example, and then we try to look at how CV should look like. And then we see how CV should look like. Everyone cannot be a teacher. Everyone cannot be a teacher. To have that teaching experience. I don't understand. Young Alexin, what do you mean by that? You commented. What are you talking about? If you don't have a teaching field, maybe you have taught. Teaching does not mean that you should go to a teacher. Maybe you have taught before. You have met your friends to teach. You have made a presentation in class. These are teaching experience. Teaching does not mean that I'm going to a class to teach. No. Teaching simply means that you have met two or three people that show that you can teach. That's the most important thing. So if I tell you teaching experience, does not mean that you should go to classroom to go and teach. No. I hope you get it. Let me show you one CV here, and then we know what to do. Okay. So let me add this one to the screen and for people to see. Okay. Now you can see that this is a standard CV, okay? This is how your CV should look like, basically. So you can see that the person is from Nigeria. Chukwuma Sirioma Adekule. Adenkule. Yeah, okay, sure. Very good. You can also add You can add presentation here, or you can even that one, you can even bring it here. You can add presentation. If you have certificates, you can add that one to certificates. You can also add conferences attended or conferences and workshop. You can add that one too. Please, if you are in a teaching profession and have taught about 3 years, would you need all to add? Not necessary, you know. You can add your current one, which makes sense. Yeah. Or you can bring 2 years. That's really fine. So this is how your CV should look like. Somebody said Peter my CV. So sometimes if you don't have any work experience, there's no need for you to bring a profile. So you can see that education is here. The person is the name, the address, everything is here, the email. You talk about the education, the person talk about research interest. The research interest simply means that which field do you want to harness your research base. So if your program is a research-based program, what are my field? What are my interests? And before you write these interests, you need to go to the website, or you need to go to the website of the school to check what the professors are doing, and before you write your research interest. Because sometimes the school that you're applying, they are not the research interest that you have, they don't have. So getting scholarship and admission will be very, very difficult. And this is one of the key things that people don't know. So what I will tell you is that it is very important to understand and harness that if you are engaging in research interest, you need to first read on the website. If you are watching me, I just want you to share this live video. If you are watching me, share it for other people to join. If you are watching me, I just want you to share it so that people can join this section. So we have something we call the research interest, and the research interest simply means that we are basically talking about the fact that what research do you intend to do? What are some of the things that you want to do with your research, right? So each and everyone has its own research interest. So you need to bring your research, especially those people with research programs. Number two is what? Research experience. I've been telling people that you don't need to be a teaching assistant or this thing before you can bring your research interest. So what you need to do is that if you have if you have any research experience, you can bring your own thesis or your own, if you when you're in school, you wrote thesis, you have research experience, bring it, such as data collection, assessing relevant scientific procedures, talking about data collection, talking about literature review, gaining understanding of what, publication, writing and publication by what, authoring and what, organizing and editing, assign portion of proposals and project report, which is very important when you are dealing with your research. So it does not necessarily mean that you need to be a teaching assistant before you have research. In as much as you have been in university, nursing training, teacher training, that means you have engaged in research. So the research experience simply means that you can bring that, okay, my research experience are maybe you wrote this paper and these are the things that you did, analyzing data, finding recommendations and those kind of stuff, which is very important. This person also add teaching experience. Sometimes some people add both. Some people also add it differently. You see, the first one is research experience and the second one is teaching experience. Teaching experience simply means that have you taught before, which is very important. And then you talk about professional experience. Professional experience simply means talking about your work experience, right? You also talk about publications and scholarships. And publication and scholarship is talking about, the academic work that you have done. The person also spoke about workshop and conferences and webinars. If you have attended any webinar, you can add it. You also have awards and professional affiliation, which is very important. And also applicable skills. Applicable skills simply means that the skills that you have in that scope, Okay, and we also have computation skills and statistical skills. Computation skills is dealing with using IT to analyze data. Some of the data analysis are what abilities such as Excel, R language, basic programming, Excel. You're talking about Python. You're talking about SPSS. All these are some of the computation skills and statistical skills that you need to learn. We also have research and publication, excellent in research abilities in knowledge and what APA and MPA references card, what is very important. And also have excellent written and verbal communication skills, excellent abilities in MS and what Google Doc, which is very important. Other skills. What are some of the other skills that you can also talk about? People management and organizational skills, team building and staff supervision, decision making, ability to communicate. All these are some of the key things that you should able to know. He also spoke about volunteerism and community services. What have you done to improve the lives of people? Which really makes sense. How do you see this CV? It's very nice. It's very nice. Just follow this and right. I'm not saying that if you go and follow the same thing, Peter. I don't have publication. How can I? So you follow what you have, you give what you have in your pocket. If you have not done any professional experience, there's no, maybe you just finished school, you have not even done any project, you have not even done anything, don't add anything, right? And also with the teaching experience, I will advise you to add teaching experience to at least you have taught before. There's no way that you have not. So basically I think I think it is very important for us to look at all this stuff before we start school processes and everything. Now, some schools also tell you how to write your CV. Sometimes the reason why people are not getting scholarships or getting admission is that people don't read. Okay, they don't read. They just take their pen and paper and I'm going to apply for school, which doesn't make sense. Let's see that we are applying to maybe University of Nebraska, University of Nebraska. With University of Nebraska, they will tell you how to write a CV. So, for instance, I came here and I'm looking for undergraduate programs, maybe graduate programs. So if I'm looking for graduate programs, what I need to know is that you need to get your transcript. I told you that most times some people don't really want to read. Okay, your English proficiency, you're in from Ghana or Nigeria, you don't need it. So basically, this is it. Let me go about this place and see how graduate school. So with University of Nebraska, they also have programs here that we can able to apply. Let me use that opportunity to teach you something. So they have these programs here. So if you're coming to teach or if you're coming to learn something we call sociology, maybe you want to come and do sociology. Sociology as a program. Now let's look at the department, right? They are telling you when you come here, these are the documents that you might need for the school application. Your CV, GRE is optional, resume is optional, even resume is optional, personal statement, that is intent, and then you see that they also have, so this school you don't need to apply for scholarship. In the school application they say you need to take if you want scholarship. There are certain schools in the US you don't need to apply for scholarship, especially this school. He said that if you wish to be considered for assistantship, just check on the appropriate box in the funding, and the admission deadline has even passed. So they have, let me go to the department website and see I think I have a lot of things here. So if you come to the department website and you check some of the qualifications as to how you can able to follow, you will see that they have a way. That this is why I was talking about the research area. Before you apply to any school, you need to read about the research area of the faculty so that you align your CV and your SOP towards the research area of the department. Don't go and write any SOP and say I need a scholarship. Come to the school website and read about how the school is talking about their research so that you can able to articulate it aligns with the strength of the department. If you don't do this, you can be a brilliant student, you will not get scholarship. Come here and read and then articulate your SOP towards these research areas, which I think is very, very important for us to understand as an academic community where we are trying to. Let me see something here. If they have important information. Yeah. So sometimes they have thousands of schools in US that you can able to apply. So this CV should be one of the ways or one of the things that at least you should learn how to go about it, and then you talk about your CV writings and a whole lot of things, which I believe that is one of the key things to help you to analyze your own self and also govern yourself. Because the most important thing is that if you fail to understand this, it will become very, very difficult for you to win the scholarship that you are talking about. Now, let me take this one off and bring the last CV, and then we see how it should go about. So if you're watching me and you can share this live video, why not? It is important to share this live video to other people. It gives a sense of understanding. It gives a sense of community support. What you can do is to help us as well as a group of people, and then we all go together as one people. Now let's look at this CV as well and see how. Let me cover the name of the person. Okay, let me add this one to the page. Okay, this is also another CV. So this is how your CV should look like. It's very neat. If you're watching me right now and you're looking at this CV, is it not nice? Just be sincere. Is it not nice? Look at how the person have presented the CV. This is a student. You can see the CV is very nice. So if you go to church and you will tell me the truth, this CV is an excellent CV. Look at how he is able to articulate it, the structure, the bulletin. Look at how the thing is formatted, the size, the coherent. So the first one is education. I told you that you should bring education. This guy graduated with what? A first class. You can bring your first class, which is very important. You can also talk about what best programmer, maybe the programmer that you have used, government scholarships and everything. You can also bring it. This person, he chose to bring that one, which is very important. It all depends on you. The research interest should be based on the department. Go to the department and look at their research interest before you write. This person is talking about the research and teaching experience. This person I've not taught before, but you can see that he said development of software suite for geospatial analysis. Collaborated with a team of graduate and undergrad. You see, so it is not most important thing for you to do research or write research paper and say I don't have any research. This person is not TA. He is not a teaching assistant, but he's talking about research. So what is the process? He said collaborated on a team of graduate and undergraduate students to develop a desktop what application to aid students in their end year survey project, which makes sense. He has done research. They want to know that you have engaged research. Develop algorithm what for geodetic computation, geocoding, spatial analysis, remove sensing and what spatial modeling, which is one of the key things that is very important. He said what development of software package for what dentum transformation and what parameters determination final year dissertation. So your final year project can be your research. So this is the topic of the person project. So the project work or your thesis work, you can bring it. You say you don't have any research experience. The thesis that you wrote is a research. What did you do? He said that tested and evaluated 6 Dantum transformation models with a geodetic framework of Ghana. Develop a software package, desktop and what mobile version, which gives users the flexibility to select, add, edit, and compute transformation parameters based on any of what the 6 models used by the software, which is very, very important. This person, he is not a TA or RA. He has not done any teaching experience or research experience. He is using his own dissertation or research work or project work to tell them that he has engaged in research before. The last one is what comparative analysis with other existing software to assess and enhance performance and what accuracy of developed software package. Now, this guy is very smart. He said peer tutor. Peer tutor simply means that he taught his colleagues. So if you have taught your colleagues before on group studies, or it is teaching experience, bring it. If I say bring teaching experience, it does not mean that you should be a teacher. You have taught a children of a 3. When you were in Sunday school, you was even teaching people. So right now, maybe I'm a nurse and I want to show them that I have teaching experience. What can I do? If you're a nurse, when you go to hospital, you have been educating people. When the people that your clients or those patients or those people come to you at the hospital, you educate them. So as a nurse, or if you have a degree in nursing, you can make your fact that you have been educating people on what maternity or teenage pregnancy in line with the program that you're coming to do here. For instance, you want to come and do public health, and if you want to come and do public health, and I'm asking you, have you taught before? And you say no. Why? Because you think that teaching is going to classroom, which is not the most, that is not what they are looking for. They are looking after how you are able to educate people to secure knowledge or something like that. So you can say that, okay, during my this and I was doing what I educate people on what the impact of COVID-19, the impact of these are teaching skills. You teach them about research, health related programs, it all builds your teaching experience, which is very important. This guy is very smart. He said pure tutor. Pure tutor simply means that he was teaching his own colleagues in the classroom through what group studies. Now, instead of pure tutor, Geomatic Engineering Department, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, provided tutorial section on the use. He provided tutorial section for his own peer groups in the classroom to use various GIS, remote sensing, and what CAD application. Again, provided a programming tutorial section for undergraduate students, improved student grades, and understanding of complex concepts in the field of geomatic through personal training or learning. This is one of the key important things that I think that you can able to add to it. Now, the person add was something we call the work experience. And the work experience, look at the work experience, the thing that he brought on the work experience. He said assistant physical planner. He said develop a comprehensive planning and design, which also deal with research. I've been telling people that when you do your resume, the focus should be research. Do you have research abilities? Because they will not give scholarship to you if you lack the research. Most of 99% scholarships in abroad are based on teaching and research. Okay. Number 3, he said assistant geomatic engineering, assistant in carry out what survey, tropo, topography, topographic survey, area survey, dispute survey, and what setting out puzzles boundaries, preparation of what cadastral what plans, which really makes sense. After that, the person talk about what his experience. Leadership experience. Leadership experience simply means that have you able to engage in leadership before? If you have engaged in leadership, you can bring it. Now we talk about the skills. The skills is talking about the geospatial, analytical, and or digital tools, talking about the thing that you have used to analyze data. It also have all the soft skills. The soft skills simply means that the effective communicator of complex data and finding at, at depth at both written and verbal presentation, team player in what interdisciplinary research settings, problem solving and strategic thinking, time management and what adaptability in a fast-paced environment. This is one of the simple CV, and it is very, very important, which really makes sense. And I believe if you can make this one 2 pages, that's all. I hope you are learning. Now let's go about SOP. So we call something SOP. Some people call it statement of purpose. Please, if you are watching me, if you can share this live video, I will appreciate it. SOP. Some people call it statement of purpose. In your statement of purpose, I call something we call the introduction. Okay? The introduction. There's no need for you to mention your name. No one cares about your name. Go straight to the point. Because most of the SOP it deal with 2 pages. Okay? So go straight to the point. And this one, I call it the passion statement. The passion statement. What triggered your passion? What triggered you to study that program? What actually told or what actually engineered you to come and pursue the program? You can make it like six lines, which is very important. So, for instance, I'm coming to do something we called maybe criminology or crime rates, or I'm coming to do something we called um, I'm coming to do something we called maybe public health. I can start that. During my when I was in senior high school, I had a case of what a rape. You can bring, you can even formulate an idea. Okay, there was a rape case in our school, which the person was my friend. Having a discussion with my friends, I came to realize that most of the people in our community lack the education about sex education, or maybe how they can able to fit into our community through the health education. Through that, after school, you enroll in maybe Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology to pursue degree in nursing, right? So you are telling the people your story, where the passion came from, and why you want to come and do this program. So, or you can also say that after school, you can say that okay, during my undergraduate studies, I had opportunity to volunteer with one NGO in Ghana where we used to go to rural areas to educate and educate people on their health status, and you realize that most of the communities or most of our mothers in that area lack public health education. In fact, there was one situation that you really deal with, and you believe that this is the time for you to upgrade yourself, expand your knowledge, cross pollinate ideas, and bring back the knowledge to help the community to develop. Hence, this has triggered your passion to pursue public health at the University of North Carolina. So it should be something that should be systematic, and then it should be a coherent. When I tell you that coherent simply means that how you can able to articulate ideas, how the ideas conjure, how it flows. You can't tell me this and this and that. You go left, you come and talk about this. No. So the first one is after the passion. The second one that you need to talk about is what? Your academic background. You are coming to school, so you need to talk about your academic background. Follow this to write your SOP. So academic background, you talk about the courses that you did. Courses. What courses did you do when you are doing your undergrad program? And how, you can also talk about the research that you did. Okay? The research that you did. Academic background, the courses that you did. You can even talk about what if you're able to join article, if you wrote article whilst you're in school, you can bring it. Okay? All these are our academic background, which is very important. Please, if you're watching me, you can share this with your friends as well. Only 100 people have shared so far. So with this one, you can talk about what the research articles and what have you done with your this thing. So in your academics, you talk about it. If you work with a professor, you can bring your professor as well, which makes sense. So your academic background and how, and then you bring about how it has prepared you. It has prepared you to pursue. Is it pursue? Is that pursue this program? How it has helped you develop? How it has helped you develop and prepare you to pursue this program, which is also very important. Number three, you can talk about your professional experience. After you talk about your academics, come and talk about your professional experiences. So this one, you can talk about what volunteerism. If you have professional, maybe you're a teacher, you can talk about your teaching. You can talk about internships here. You can talk about practicals. Maybe you did practicals, practicum or practicals, which is very important. You can talk about community impact. Have you done any community impact? And does it relate to the program that you want to come and do? Then the second point is that you can talk about your leadership. Okay, leadership. You can talk about awards. You can talk about achievement. After that, what you can do is that you come and talk about why the school, or why the university. Why is it that you want to come to that university? After that, you talk about your short-term goals. Short-term goals. Short and long-term goals. Now, what you need to do is that at the university level, you need to talk about what the strength, the department, the departments, and the faculty members. How the faculty members research aligns faculty members. You can bring their names, especially if they are. You can bring their names, especially if you can, if their research align with you. So research, we call it research alignment. So this is the SOP basically. If you want to write an SOP, this is an SOP. Let me see if I can get one sample of SOP and then I'll share it here for people to see. Let me see. someone SOP and see if I can share it here. If you're watching me and you can share this live video, I will really appreciate that. Okay, let me bring this one. This is one of the simple SOP that a person wrote. He said, as a student of sociology, I always had the ambition to help my country, Ghana, and its developmental effort. This is because my country is confronted with a lot of social problems which need the knowledge and skills of a sociologist to deal with. During my undergraduate studies, I was exposed to some developmental issues that inspired me the need for me to pursue higher degree in the field that to enable me become more effective, efficient, and professional to help Ghana solve its developmental developmental challenges. In one of my elective subjects, medical sociology, a field trip was organized to a government hospital in Kumasi metropolis. During this educational visit, some conditions in the hospital saddened me. For instance, due to the inability of the some of the patients to foot their bills, they were not allowed to use beds, and hence they were sleeping on the floor. In some cases, the health workers were overworked due to heavy load, and there was a general lack of equipment and tools for the health personnel to work with. Further, it was observed that some of the patients were even neglected by their own immediate relatives because they cannot pay their hospital charges due to poverty, which is one of the pressing social canker in my country, Ghana. You see how he's framing the story. You see what's there? You can see that this guy is framing the story. Tell them your story, craft something, craft it. Also, studies in sociology enable me to come in contact with some of the pressing need of people that have not been adequately or attended to. Through this subject, I had opportunity to visit basic government school in a rural community in the Ashanti region of Ghana. I was exposed to some of the pressing needs of the social which required immediate assistance. For instance, the school lack necessary teaching and learning materials to ensure effective teaching and learning. Besides, the schools who lack potable water, toilet, and original facilities. It is worth noting that these developmental projects mentioned above need the knowledge of the sociologists. So this is the point that this person is making. You can see he's making the point why he want to come to that school or why he want to do this program. Okay. However, to effectively to effectively contribute my quota to solve the developmental problems in my community or my country, I believe pursuing postgraduate studies critical sociology in your university will equip me with the appropriate knowledge and skills. Moreover, further studies in your university would also give me the international exposure and understanding of my what and expand my understanding of the discipline. But it also give me to achieve or help me to achieve my career objective of helping my country deal with some developmental problems such as poverty, which has been endemic in the country. If given the opportunity to study in your university, I will surely come back to Ghana immediately after graduation and work with both governmental and non-governmental organizations to help solve the numerous developmental problems the country is facing. I must emphasize that the nature of the course structure and the content of critical sociology in the university is the best that can help me achieve my career goals as a sociologist. Therefore, I'll be grateful if you offer me opportunity to do my master's program in. So, and then the person also talk about my research lies in what the field of training and performance. As an industrial sociologist, I seek to find how several training practices organized in business entities with an emphasis on what financial institutions affect the performance of employees. I choose this topic because of the findings will suffice the need to enhance capabilities of individuals through capacity building projects, improving trainings, organizing a community to transfer some basic skills to people, enable them to overcome poverty, hence may lead to reducing social problems like crime, prostitution, which may engage in them. So you can see that the person followed the structure that was given. Okay, so what he didn't add is that he didn't add maybe the department basically, and also he didn't align it with your professor over there. Each and everyone has the way of writing the SOP. So the SOP talk about why you want to do the program, your academic background, what research have you done? Have you done internship? Have you done any community volunteerism? Talk about your leadership skills. Talk about your achievement. Align it with the program. After that, articulate the idea, bring the coherent, merge it with the reason why you want to come to the university. Talk about your career goals, short-term goals, long-term goals. You're good to go. I hope you get it. Now, recommendations. Recommendations are one of the key things that can help you to win scholarship. So, recommendations, if you want to write recommendation, we have types of recommendations. We have the academic, we have professional, and we have the private. Yes. So recommendation letters is either you are taking it from your lecturers, the profession that you are doing, or the private. Private simply means that NGO. Now, what you need to know is that recommendation should have what professional email. Professional email simply means that if your lecturers in Ghana or the profession that you are doing, any professional institution, they have email. It is not Gmail or Yahoo.com. It is a professional email, such as KNUSC lecturers have professional emails. Legon professors have, but we the student, most of the schools we have, but we cannot use our own to do the recommendation. The fact is that any recommender that you're going to choose, they are going to search for the person. So if the person said, okay, I'm teaching in KNUST, meanwhile the person is not teaching in KNUST, they will go to the website to look at the person. They will search for the person if the person is indeed a teacher or a professor or something like that. So you can't trigger them. Now, recommendation letters should focus on 5 key things. The first one is academic. The second one is you can talk about leadership and achievement. The person can talk about academic and research. Leadership and achievement, you can talk about professionalism. Academic, research, leadership, community. You can talk about the career goals of the person. You can talk about personal attributes of the person. So all these stuffs will help you to write a good recommendation letters. Okay, so basically follow this process and then you can talk about so achievement. You can also talk about community projects. So basically, this is some of the ways that it can help you to write CV, SOP, and recommendation letters. Share this live video. I'll end it here because if I do it quite long, people will not able to get money or data to watch it. We shall see you next time. Now, my project is coming on this Sunday. I'm teaching people school application, CV, everything, document that you will need. If you want to register for this section, I'm giving you this number. I'm giving you this number. You can take a sheet of paper and write it if you want to be part of this section. So if you want to join my mentorship program, this is my PA number 0557 106986. 0557 106986. 0557 106986. Contact him if you want to join my class on Sunday and Saturday. I wish you all the best. See you. Or go to my bio. The number is there. Bye bye.